Hey guys, per usual, everything on this channel is for educational purposes only and is not intended as financial advice. Alright, altcoin traders, your alts are bleeding. I hate to be the one to tell you. You probably already know that. I'm going to run through some charts. If a coin didn't make it for the last video, it's because I have nothing new to say, or there's just no reason to talk about it again. My current narrative is that Bitcoin's going to pump. I expect alts to be the inverse of that, so therefore I expect all these charts to look red again, barring a few. So let's go through those. BitShares BTS is actually one of them that has the potential for some breakout within the next day or two. Your target being 1030 based on this flat Kumo 50% fib. So that is actually on the exciting version of the watch list. Dash. No trade zone, stay out. No reason to be in anything right now in Dash. Again, flat Kumo's magnet, it's going to continue bouncing around here. Your long entry would be a TK recross with price above the cloud, or a TK similar, red over blue below the cloud with a Kumo breakout. So you basically, whenever price is in the cloud, you don't do anything, because that says it's sideways, there's indeterminate trend, you're going to get chopped up, there's no probability of anything going on. If you want to get super risky, you can put your bids at the flat Kumo. I don't advise that. Ethereum Classic. This looks like the last stand as far as support is concerned. Again, it's red, 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 red on the 4 hour. If you're super risky and you want to take that bet and make this your buy zone with a stop being a lower low, I don't advise it. The cloud doesn't advise it. The cloud is certainly bottoming. It looks like it has potential to bottom out here, but I don't think there's enough evidence for me anyway to open a long trade here. Ethereum ETH. Again, price is in the cloud. It's in the middle of the cloud. Stay out until you get a Kumo breakout. Above or below the cloud. Does the Kumo match the breakout? So if it's above, is the cloud green? If the price is below the cloud, is the forecast also red or bearish? And then the next thing you always want to pay attention to is how close to the Kijun are you? This is the Kijun. Kijun is also a price magnet. The moving average that price always wants to get back to. So right now it's actually pretty far away from the Kijun, so it'll want to get back to that. If it breaks this level, again, I wouldn't trade any of this, but if it breaks this level, it's probably going to go down here, down to the bottom of the cloud, or the Kijun, that zone, okay? You could argue this is a flag, a bull flag. I'd agree with you on that. There's also potential cup and handle shenanigans going on here that I just noticed and didn't draw out, but it's possible. It's possible. The target that I was calling for somewhere in here already got hit, so that's done for, but I just left it on there to show you. Flat Kumo edge to edge. That's Ethereum. Factum. Factum is on the exciting watch list because it is a pattern that has yet to break. Down or up. It's still a valid pattern, I think. Cup and handle. Again, your long entry is above the horizontal or diagonal, in this case, of the cup, with your target being the measured, this is in log, I think, so that's why it looks so weird, but your target's the measured distance from the cup to the neckline, or the top of the cup, from that top of the cup to the target. LTC, again, I've been watching this for a long time. I don't know about you, but I'm super patient with my trades. I don't like losing money. I like making money, so when you can be patient, why not be patient? Doge is another example. I just left it off this video, but there's some obvious accumulation cycles going on in Doge and LTC. LTC's making higher lows every day, basically, which is pretty bullish. It's also super rounded here. it's starting to round off anyway. So I'm still bullish on LTC so long as it doesn't break this low here. And I'm saying your low risk, high reward, which is the best type of trade you can enter for the long, would be a break of this horizontal and the cloud, because then you've got the flat Kumo action and the edge-to-edge action going on. I think the hidden bull div played itself out by now. I don't know. That's the one problem with divs. You never really know unless it's super obvious that the div played out. There might be some rule somewhere, but I've never seen it. MAID on the weekly, daily. Sorry. Again, another valid cup and handle, hasn't broke yet. Doesn't look great, but it hasn't broke down. All things considering, that's pretty good considering Bitcoin has been up today. Nautilus actually looks pretty exciting for a buy because where there's a hidden bull div going on. I don't know if I'm too confident that this won't be broken. So in other words, I'm more confident than not that it will probably be broken, and this will probably retrace based on the narrative that I think Bitcoin's going to pump. But if you want to take the risk, your buy zone would be here, and your target would be the flat Kumo again. Another thing to note on this is the TK disequilibrium. So anytime your moving averages are really far apart, that says it's either oversold or overbought, and the potential of continuation is less than reversal. So reversal here would be somewhere to the 50% fib, which would be 857. Radium, nobody trades it, I'm sure, and the only reason I'm showing it is because I saw potential for cup and handle on the last video on the daily, I think. I'm showing this because it's an example of why you should trade the breakout and the pattern, on the entry and not any time before the entry. You certainly can, but your best probability for a slam dunk home run trade would be the completion of the pattern. You can say, well, Josh, it completed to me, and I'd say, yeah, probably, but the other thing you have to pay attention to is the volume. There was no follow through whatsoever here, so the cup and handle actually looked pretty decent. Just nobody was buying. Nobody was paying attention or cared. I don't know. So it is what it is, but it's done for now. So that pattern is over. Shadow. I left the notes from last week on here. Basically, I was saying if you want a long, wait for the TK recross above the cloud. That never happened. If you want a short, I was saying wait for the Kumo twist. That did happen. It twisted bearish somewhere in here. And again, red, no surprise. And just to hit the point home about the TK crosses and continuation on a trend. So you can see that after this point, I took the price off so it's easier to see, but after this point, TK never really recrossed until here, and this was below the cloud. So that's a bull signal below the cloud, which is bearish territory. So that's not a clear signal of a trend or of an entry or of anything. So again, if you're looking at this here, price is in the cloud, that's a no trade. So what you want is TK cross above the cloud or TK cross below the cloud being either bullish, which in this case, this is all bullish, or bearish, which it currently is bearish. Excuse me. So that's saying don't long this, don't be in a long. If you're in a long, get out of it because it doesn't look good. Red. As far as an entry is concerned, it's not a terrible entry right here. There's a few horizontals on your way down, especially this wick. It's a nice rejection wick. So it's not a great trading setup right now. It's probably best to just stay out if anything, but it's definitely not long. Veracoin, kind of interesting. Again, TK disequilibrium. This is a giant triangle from the weekly. We have flat Kumo. This would be your target, 1, 2, 3. I was trying to see if there's a div on this, but there isn't, I don't think. So yeah, this is what you're looking for, a bounce on the triangle, which is not too bad, not too shabby of a trade either. If you want to risk it, just based on the general alt market right now, there's not much going on. So that'd be a decent trade, I think, on Veracoin long to 123. Even if Bitcoin pumps, so it's a wishy-washy one. XCP counterparty, I still think it's a long-term hold. I showed this last week, I think. Pit stops are here and here just based on diagonal resistance and your targets, 50% fib of all-time low to all-time high, basically. I'm saying that's high probability. Now that won't be who knows when, till 2017. Your entry could be at the Kijun or at the cloud, but it's definitely looking good as far as edge-to-edge Kumo magnet trades. This is a super long-term play if you're looking to hold XCP. Monero, another cup and handle that wasn't, never really completed the cup, the handle, excuse me. Again, you're getting, this is the best entry you can get, okay, on the cloud. You're getting a TK cross below the cloud. Price is pretty close to Kijun. If that was in a vacuum, that would be a slam dunk short trade. Unfortunately, if you're short, you're fighting these horizontals and fibs right now. So it's bouncing on the 50% fib, not a shocker. Not really anything I want to trade right now, as far as long or short. Again, I'm expecting it to go down much further, just like everything else. Ripple, surprisingly, even though it's garbage, I think, there's a beautiful cup and handle setup here. So I posted this on Twitter earlier today, and it sold off. So I think I posted the chart like up here, and then it sold off pretty quick. And the reason I was pretty confident that the sell-off was near was because of this tweezer top. So anytime you have two wicks that the second wick doesn't pass the first, you consider that a tweezer top or tweezer bottom. Like here could be a tweezer bottom. It broke the 50% fib, which is generally my rule of like cup and handle formation validity. So it's not exactly broken just yet. I think there's still a case for it. I think the general rule is the less the pullback, the stronger the continuation probability. So this says, it doesn't say that the cup and handle itself is invalid. It just says that the continuation probability is lower than if it were to bounce at the 618 or the 764 or the 50%. It did get pretty low here, but again, that could just be Bitcoin's strength today. So that's all I have for today. As usual, like, dislike, share, comment, subscribe. I want to see a like for every bag you've ever held. Happy trading.